get him, Obi.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans, here we go, Game 3, and hopefully we can exit this game without some kind of injury. So in the first game, Greer got speared in the nuts, Reinhardt got a puck to the face, and Rodrigues had to go get a new leg attached after his knee got hit with the puck. And in yesterday's game, or the other day's game, Kulikov, we saw him grab his wrist, and now he's on IR and might need surgery. So if we could just play a game where nobody got hurt, and I know that the other guys came back, but still, could we just have one good clean game? Oh wait, we're playing Ottawa. Brady Tkachuk is going to be out for blood, even though his brother's not on the ice. In fact, it might get worse because Matthew's not there, because now Brady can just have free reign to hit on anybody, because Mom's not going to be mad because he's not allowed to hit his brother. Now, I haven't seen anything different, so I'm going to assume Bobrovsky's in net. Bubba! We put Bubba over here a little bit. Now we got Mackie Samoskevich there. I'm still trying to work on the lighting a little bit. I'm going to have to get a new box light because I can't have it right in front of me or I'll be blinded. But I'm trying to find a way to not have the glare be so much on Mackie over here. But Bubba did good the other game. We're going to need you to do good again, Bubba. All right? Because we're dropping like flies, and apparently we're just going to play every game to be a one-goal game. Now, normally we know how the Ottawa Panther games go, and Ottawa should be feeling pretty good after what they did to Tampa the other day. And we're fixing to find out a little bit about all of these teams here tonight, because the Panthers really haven't been challenged in terms of physicality or anything like that so far in the season. And you know Ottawa's going to be bringing it, and I don't even know if we have any body parts left. As it is, we're in Game 3, and so if we could just win a game, I'll take a loss if it means nobody gets hurt. How about that? Yeah, I'll sell my soul for an injury-free game if it means It's going to be long. It's going to be long. I don't know how we're going to get the third sign, but we're getting it. Don't put money on my bets. All right, so 2-1 Panthers after one nice period of play. Stop me if you've heard this before. Marchand on a breakaway, and then Evan Rodrigues creating a mess in front. Allmark made a spectacular save, and he goes down and he grabs it with his glove, and then when he hits the ice with his glove, it comes loose. It goes through him 5-hole, and the whistle blew about a second before the puck crossed the line, but nobody had touched it. It was in continuous movement, is what the refs said, and so it was a good goal. And then Ottawa got one back there at the end, so it's 2-1. And the only thing I can say about this game is that teams are targeting Rodrigues, I believe. Not necessarily dirty, but they understand that with Barkov out, you got Lundell, you got Bennett. But if we lose Rodrigues at 3C, that could definitely be a bit of a problem. And teams seem to be not dirty, but they definitely taking their shots at Rodrigues. Let's move on to the second period. All right, so 4-1 Panthers after 2. This is not the game that I anticipated. I suspect that Ottawa used all their energy to beat up on Tampa the other night, because the Senators are just allowing the Panthers to just skate all over the ice. There's no hitting. There's no hit, and I'm not complaining about that, by the way. Any night that the Panthers can get 2 points and the other team isn't being physical with us, that's a gift. It's an absolute gift, so we'll take it. So Ekblad, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to praise Ekblad. He got a goal. That's what we're going to say. If you're new here, bad things happen when I praise the players. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Just get ready for bitching and complaining, because when I praise guys, bad things happen. And when I bitch, well, we win cups. Well, who else got the other goal there? Oh, Anton Lundell got one. We've got 2 power play goals this year now, or this game. Look, those of you who watch this channel, you know this is not me saying this in 2020 hindsight, but I have often complained about the slowness of the puck movement on the power play when Barkov is running the power play. He is the best two-way player in the game, no doubt. But my opinion is that when he's running the power play, it's too slow, a little bit too deliberate, and not as creative as I would like it to be. And the power play looks pretty good. The puck movement is pretty fast. He's moved the lines a little bit now. He got Bennett with Marchand and Verhaeghe, and he's got that third line now with Samoskevich, Rodrigues, and Boquist is all over the ice. Like I said, Ottawa is just letting the Panthers just skate up and down the ice, and there's nothing stopping us. I think we're going to win this game. Ottawa looks like they put it all into the gas tank to beat Tampa. Bubba's doing good, but we can't talk about that just yet. All right, let's finish this up. And this one's going to hurt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 points. Yes. So, I'm confused. So now we won 2 cups in a row, and then we won the first 3 games of the year. Do they just give us the 3rd cup now? Or do we have to keep playing, don't we? All right. So look, where do we start? I did not expect that game out of Ottawa. They whatever they did in Tampa with that magic, big comeback that they had, they just didn't show up. They didn't show up tonight. They were letting us skate all over the ice. Samoskevich had himself a power play goal here. Reinhart got one, and on both of those goals, they're just letting our guys just be all alone in front of the net, in front of Ullmark, and have time to dipsy doodle and play a little bit of hopscotch and then make a shot wherever we want. I mean, Ottawa just didn't care about that game. They just did not show up. So we'll take it. We'll take it. As Panther fans, like I said, any game that we can go and get 2 points and not get beat up, everybody stayed healthy today, right? There wasn't any problems that way. Although Greer did go to the bench at some point. He looked like he was in a little bit of discomfort, but he came back and played, so there's that. Bubba almost would have had a shutout. It's almost about as close to a shutout as you could get here. The first goal he gave up was because he went to play the puck and he didn't get quite back to the net soon enough. And then late here, puck goes off Ekblad, skate in front, and it goes in the back of the net. Well, nobody's even paying attention. Bubba was looking at girls in the stands, and I don't know what Ekblad was doing. He might have been playing cards, and the puck went back of the net. It was 6-1, so at that point, nobody really cared except for Bobrovsky's statistics. What did we see on the ice? So Maurice moved things around a little bit and mainly finished with Bennett and Reinhart and Verhaeghe. They look good. Okay, Reinhart warming up here a little bit. Bennett and Verhaeghe doing their normal thing. And then you had Lundell, Luosterainen was out there with Marchand a little bit. And then they flipped it back around and put Marchand with Bennett and Verhaeghe. There were no lines, except for Rodrigues with Samoskevich and Boquist. That line has stayed, and they are beating teams up with their speed. Now, what's going to happen when somebody decides to get physical with that line? Don't know, but it hasn't happened yet. And that's the thing we were talking about on the stream. So I'm really surprised. Now, I didn't expect Chicago to come in and be physical, right? And they used their speed to their advantage a little bit. But between Philadelphia and Ottawa, that's 2 games that I would have expected the other teams to have nothing to lose and be wanting to make a statement early in the season about they're big and bad and tough just like the Panthers. And both of them have just kind of physically really not done much of anything, especially tonight with Ottawa. I mean, Brady Tkachuk got some roughing penalty at some point. I don't even know what he did. They never even showed the replay. And other than that, it was crickets. It was crickets. So, fourth line still doing his thing. I like Cunnin. All due respect to Thomas Nosek. But don't forget, we went and got Nico Stern at the end of the trade deadline last year because we weren't really so sure about how Nosek was going to do. Now he got some rest. He played well, exceptionally, in the playoffs and was a big part of things. But I like this guy, Cunnin. I don't know if Nosek is going to get his full-time job back. I think if/when Nosek does come back, I think he's going to be kind of a bench depth guy in case we need him, especially if at some point we needed to move, if somebody got hurt and Cunnin needed to play 3C. But the Cunnin, Gadjevich, and Greer, what do I want to say? It's better than Nosek, Gadjevich, and Greer? I don't know about that. I don't know what the face-off numbers were, but feel solid there. And then defensively, Kulikov is out, Balinskis is in, and I know some people aren't overly fond of Balinskis, but he played well tonight. He did. He showed up really well. He's, in my opinion, always been what I call serviceable, right? He's a guy that just goes out there, eats minutes, doesn't really hurt you. He's not going to do anything stupid most of the time. But tonight, he actually really made some plays. He was really active on the power play. I believe he had an assist. And guys are just racking up points. Lundell has 2 power play goals now. They said on the broadcast, in the first 4 years of his career, Lundell had 4 power play goals. He's got 2 already this year. So you see what guys are going to do with the opportunities. Samoskevich already had at least 2, maybe 3 assists. He gets a power play goal tonight. And if they're going to, that's not the first time tonight that they just let Samoskevich use his speed and cut in all the way in front of the net. If teams are going to allow Mackey to do that, see that 25? That's how many goals kid's going to end up with at least. And then Petry got a goal, so that was good to see. I think it was one of the power play goals. I think we had 3 power play goals tonight. There was a double minor there towards the end where Luosterainen got high sticked. I didn't see any blood. I don't know why they made it a 4 minutes, but it is what it is, was what it was. It was just that kind of night for Ottawa. And Ullmark, who I've never been a big sold on Ullmark type of guy. He's a good goalie, but to me, the times I've watched him, when the chips are down and the going gets tough, you know what I mean? I just don't really think Ullmark is the guy. I think he's a guy that you could get somewhere with, but not to the light at the end of the tunnel. And the only other thing to say is Paul Maurice's suit. Now, I'm colorblind, but blue, deep, dark, dank purple. What was that? I mean, he looked like one of those guys. I was waiting for him to put the whole hat on. It kind of almost looked like a Halloween costume, right? You know what I mean? One of the guys from the 70s, the pimp from the 70s with the hat and the big velvet jacket. He was looking dapper out there. I wonder if he had a party to go to after the game. All right. That is going to do it for this version of this game, of this. It's nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. We don't have Barkov. We don't have Tkachuk. We don't got Nosek. We don't got Kulikov. And does it look any different on the ice? No. It looks a little bit different, right? Because the speed line with Rodrigues, Mackey, and Boquist, that's new. That's a little bit new, but they're still playing the system. I mean, these guys are just playing the system perfectly. I was talking with Kyle about it. It's like we don't even need lines. These guys have played together in so many combinations for so long that at some point here was like Bennett with Greer, and I didn't even remember who else it was. It was like, I think Reinhardt. I mean, it was just so many different, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, we don't want any more injuries, but you see how this team is playing. They pretty much look like the Panthers, right? So if things can stay somewhat, copacetic here, and then we get a Tkachuk back, and then we get Barkov back, you're starting to see why this team won 2 cups and could win a third. because you're missing the best two-way forward in the game. You're missing Kachuk. You're missing Nosek. You're missing Kulikov. And we're still beating teams. And so when you add those guys in, you can then see the disadvantage that other teams are at, just the amount of talent on this team. You got 50-goal scorer Sam Reinhart's like kind of just out there skating around. You know what I mean? It's like he's there, he's playing well, but Bill Zito has just done a masterful job. And it's a beautiful thing to see. And we'll have to see how it goes later on in the year. Things get more physical and all of that. But like I said, any night like this where another team wants to come in and basically fall asleep on the ice and give us the game the way Ottawa did, mwah! Beautiful. Love it. All right. That's going to do it for Game 3. Now, I will not be live at noon tomorrow because Dolphins play at 1. So I won't see you guys until Monday at noon. Appreciate all the super chats. Thank you very much. And those of you who have been donating through the GoFundMe so that we can avoid the 30% YouTube takes. And then I'll be Monday. We got hockey Monday and Tuesday, right? No, Monday and Wednesday and Thursday. So we got hockey Monday. So that should be fun. What do we got? That's the road trip begins. I think that's Philadelphia. Yeah, it's like 90 minutes from my house. All right. Appreciate all the support. I shall see you if you come to the football channel for my Dolphins with these guys. Not those guys. If we were watching these guys, we'd be excited. But we ain't watching those guys. We're watching all the Dolphins. I'll see you tomorrow.